Its curtains are drawn back, revealing a long table carved from cedar and inlaid with mother-of pearl. Around it sit rulers from many lands, faces weathered by sun, adorned with crowns of silver and gold. But there is no tension here. Their voices are calm. Their hands rest lightly upon the table's smooth surface. Between them sit open scrolls, maps marked with lines of ink and gold leaf, dividing lands, not through force, but through mutual respect. You stand quietly at the edge, listening as they speak. Their words are like poetry, measured, graceful, deliberate. They speak of trade routes, of shared temples, of rivers that cross borders without regard for walls or names, and as they speak, you feel a deep sense of peace settling into your chest, warm and steady, like the slow burn of a hearth in winter. The sun continues its slow rise overhead. Shadows shorten. The air grows warmer, but there is no rush, no sense of urgency. The world moves at its own pace, as it always has. And as you step back from the pavilion, moving once more among the tents, you hear again the music of the lutes and harps blending, now with the faint rustle of banners in the wind. Your path carries you beyond the camp, down another stretch of the royal road, past quiet villages where potters shape clay upon spinning wheels, their hands moving with a steady rhythm, past gardens where roses bloom in every shade from palest pink to deepest crimson, their petals scattering softly upon the breeze, and all around you the quiet murmur of life continues. There is no beginning, no end, only the endless unfolding of time, moment by moment, breath by breath. You walk until the sun reaches its zenith, casting golden light upon the road and all who travel it. And then, as the heat deepens, you find a place beneath a wide tamarisk tree. You sit, lowering yourself gently onto the cool grass above. The branches sway in slow rhythm. Around you, cicadas sing their steady, soothing chorus, rising and falling like waves upon the shore. You close your eyes once more. Your breath slows. Your body grows heavier, more relaxed, as the music of the empire continues all around you. And as you drift deeper into that quiet, weightless stillness, you know that the journey is not yet done. But for now, you rest as your breath continues in slow, steady rhythm, as your body remains weightless and calm beneath the shade of the tamarisk tree. Imagine yourself once again standing tall, rising gently, like a leaf carried upward by a soft breeze. Now, the sun has begun its slow descent. The sky is awash in colors of pale gold and muted rose. You find yourself walking once more along the royal road, and before you now rises, not a village, not a camp, but the heart of the empire itself, the great city of Persepolis. Persepolis, a name that carries weight and grace, like polished stone warmed by centuries of sunlight. The first thing you notice is the light. Persepolis is not a city built of shadows or smoke. It is a city of light and silk, pale marble and shimmering fabrics, draped from windows, fluttering gently in the eternal breeze that sweeps down from the mountains. Sunlight glints upon golden tiles set into walls, upon wide terraces filled with flowering plants, upon the rippling waters of endless pools and fountains. You walk slowly toward its gates, passing between towering statues of winged lions and bowls carved with infinite patience, their surfaces worn smooth by time and touch. Their faces are calm, eternal. They watch over you, over all who pass. With silent approval, you step through the gate. Inside, the world opens like a painting, come to life. Broad avenues lined with fragrant cypress trees, gardens bursting with color, pomegranate blossoms, violet irises, lilies floating upon pools of mirror-bright water. The air is rich with the scent of myrrh and rosewater. You pause beneath an archway of white stone, letting your fingers trail lightly along its cool surface. The stone is veined with silver, its touch grounding, soothing. Beneath your feet, the pavement is made not of rough gravel, but smooth tiles set in delicate patterns, spirals, waves, stars. You breathe in, you breathe out. Ahead, a grand courtyard stretches wide. Here, merchants display silks dyed in every color imaginable. Banners ripple overhead, azure blue, emerald green, golden amber. The silk shimmers like liquid under the sun, catching the light with every whisper of wind. You pause by one of the stalls. The merchant smiles gently, saying nothing, needing no words. He holds up a length of fabric for you to touch. You lift your hand, running your fingertips over its surface. It is soft beyond description, lighter than air, cool like water, yet warm where the sun touches it. The weave is intricate, a pattern of flowing vines and hidden animals. Lions, peacocks, gazelles. You thank him with a simple nod and continue onward, following the gentle curve of the avenue. Now you pass through an area filled with music. Musicians sit upon raised platforms shaded by wide awnings. Their instruments are varied. Long flutes carved from cedar wood, slender harps strung with golden threads, drums that murmur like distant thunder. The music is soft, steady, repetitive, perfect for thought, for breathing, for drifting deeper into relaxation. You pause again, allowing the sound to wash over you like warm water. Asterisk around you. People move slowly. There are no hurried steps here. No shouts. Only calm, deliberate motion. You notice scholars seated upon low cushions beneath the shade of a great fig tree. Their scrolls are open, unfurled upon marble tables. Inkpots glimmer in the light, and their brushes move in smooth, endless lines, writing poetry, history, philosophy. You walk among them, unseen but present. One scholar looks up briefly, as if sensing your quiet presence. His eyes are kind, ancient, steady. He smiles and dips his brush once more, returning to his work. Now, further along the avenue, you come to the heart of the city, the royal terraces. Broad staircases carved from single slabs of stone led upward in slow, even steps. Each step is wide, low, perfect for walking without effort. You ascend slowly, your feet bare now upon the warm stone. At the top, wide terraces stretch out before you. Pools reflect the sky, framed by rows of slender columns. The breeze carries the scent of sandalwood and lemon balm. To your left, you see artisans at work, sculptors shaping stone lions from blocks of marble, their hands moving slowly, steadily, guided by patient rhythm rather than force. To your right, gardeners tend to flower beds lined with tiles painted in azure and gold. They water the plants with copper pots. the water falling in thin silver streams that sparkle in the light. You continue forward. Ahead stands the royal palace. Its walls are carved with stories, not of war, not of conquest, but of harvests, of celebrations, of endless rows of figures bringing gifts, bowls of fruit, woven cloth, baskets of grain. The doors of the palace stand open. You step inside. The air here is cooler, touched by the scent of cedarwood beams and dried herbs hung from golden hooks. Light filters in through tall, narrow windows draped with silk, so fine it moves with even the softest breath of wind. You walk slowly across the polished floor. Each step echoes gently, like ripples across a quiet lake. Now you come to a hall filled with astronomers. They stand around a great bronze sphere, its surface engraved with constellations: Orion, Taurus, the Pleiades. Above them, a skylight opens directly to the sky, framing the first stars appearing as evening begins its slow return. You pause here, watching as the astronomers move thin silver rods across the sphere, aligning points of light, marking time not in seconds or minutes, but in seasons and centuries. Their faces are calm, peaceful, patient. The rhythm of the stars is as slow and steady as your own breath. You breathe in, you breathe out. And now, you continue deeper still, past quiet chambers filled with cushions and low tables, each set with bowls of figs and dates, slices of cool melon. Past libraries where scrolls rest in neat rows upon shelves carved from fragrant sandalwood, past quiet alcoves where oil lamps burn with steady flames, their light golden and soft, until at last you come to the royal gardens, the quietest place in all of Persepolis. Here, tall trees form natural archways, their branches woven together over centuries. The ground beneath is covered not in stone, but in soft moss that yields gently beneath your feet. The air is thick with the scent of orange blossoms, very faint, so quiet that it might almost be imagined a single harp being played somewhere within the palace. The notes rise and fall like ripples upon still water, each one lingering in the cool night air before fading slowly away. You step into the hall. The floor is polished stone, smooth as glass beneath your feet. Scattered across it are fine rugs, woven in patterns of midnight blue, deep gold, and crimson. Their textures are soft beneath your toes, warm where the moonlight touches them, cooler in the shadows. At the far end of the hall stands a throne not for conquest, not for war, but for quiet rule. It is carved from dark wood, inlaid with gold leaf and mother of pearl, its surface worn smooth by generations of rulers who once sat here to listen, to speak, to guide their people. But tonight, the throne is empty. Tonight, the city belongs to silence. You walk past it, moving through a smaller doorway that leads into the inner gardens. Here, the air shifts again. It is warmer now, scented with the heady aroma of jasmine and blooming pomegranate flowers. A narrow stream runs through the garden, its surface catching the moonlight in flickering patterns as the water flows gently over smooth stones. Tall cypress trees stand along the stream's edge, their branches forming gentle arches overhead. Hanging lanterns sway among the branches, small glass vessels filled with oil, each one holding a single steady flame. You follow the path along the stream, feeling the packed earth beneath your feet now cool, firm, dusted with fallen petals. You walk. You begin to notice other details. The quiet rustle of silk curtains hanging from nearby doorways, shifting slightly in the breeze. The faint chime of silver wind bells hung from carved wooden eaves. The scent of honeyed dates and almond cakes, lingering from a feast long since ended. You pass by low stone benches carved into the walls. Upon one of them rests a folded robe woven from golden thread, left neatly as though awaiting its owner's return. Time moves slowly here. There is no urgency, no worry, only breath, only stillness. Further ahead, you come to a pavilion overlooking a second, smaller pool. This one is shaped like a crescent moon, its surface scattered with floating petals from white lilies. You lower yourself onto a cushion, placed nearby a square of thick, embroidered fabric filled with soft cotton, smelling faintly of cedar and rose. Seated here, you allow your eyes to close again for a moment, listening to the music of the city's night sounds, water flowing, leaves rustling, harp strings sighing in the distance. The temperature is perfect, warm enough to soothe, cool enough to refresh, and as you sit, completely still, completely quiet, a sense of connection begins to form. You can feel, in the very stone beneath you, the weight of history, the memory of countless lives who walked these same halls, who breathed this same air, who looked up at these same stars. You become part of the city, a quiet observer, a dreamer within its ancient walls. After some time, you rise again, moving slowly now, as though walking within a dream. Your steps carry you through another archway, into the royal sleeping chambers. Here, the rooms are dimly lit by flickering oil lamps, their golden light casting long shadows upon the richly woven tapestries that hang from the walls. The floors are covered in thick rugs, so soft beneath your feet that each step feels like walking upon clouds. In the center of the room stands a vast bed, its frame carved from sandalwood, its mattress layered with down and covered in fine linen sheets dyed the color of moonlight. The air is filled with the faint scent of lavender and frankincense, calming, grounding. You approach the bed and gently lie down upon its surface. The fabric is cool against your skin, the softness of the mattress embracing you like a gentle hand. Above you, a skylight reveals the stars once more directly overhead now, shining brightly in the quiet sky. You breathe in slowly, deeply, and exhale just as slowly. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to say. The city watches over you, silent and eternal. Asterisk, its walls are strong, its gardens are fragrant, its halls echo only with the quiet music of wind and water. And now, as your breath continues in that slow, steady rhythm, as the scents and sounds of Anshan fill your mind and body with peace, you feel yourself drifting, gently, effortlessly, into a deeper state of rest. The story continues. But for now, you sleep down now, as your breath remains calm and steady. Imagine yourself rising gently from the silken sheets of the royal chamber in Anshan. Your body is light, as if each movement requires no effort. The scent of lavender and frankincense still lingers faintly in the air, blending now with the cool fragrance of morning dew. The sky beyond the skylight has shifted from midnight blue to the gentle glow of pre-dawn, soft bands of silver and pale gold. Stretching across the horizon, you stand, and with quiet footsteps, you step outside once more into the garden. The stream is still flowing, its surface now reflecting the growing light like liquid glass. Birds stir in the cypress branches above, their wings rustling softly as they awaken alongside the city. But today, your path continues. Today, you follow the road beyond Anshan into the wider empire toward lands once unknown, now drawn gently into the embrace of peace. Step by slow step, you leave the quiet city behind. Ahead of you stretches the royal road, a broad avenue of polished stone, bordered on either side by flowering trees. Their blossoms drift lazily upon the breeze, white and pale pink, carried like delicate snowflakes through the air. Underfoot, the stones are warm from the sun's early touch, smooth and cool in the shadows. The empire awakens with you. In the distance, you hear the gentle movement of another caravan, silk banners fluttering in morning light, the soft ring of bells tied to the harnesses of horses and camels alike. But unlike the harsh stories of war or conquest that some may tell here, there is only harmony. The lands once separate, now joined together, not through force, but through quiet agreement. You walk now alongside diplomats and scholars, men and women draped in flowing robes, dyed deep blue and soft green. Their sleeves trail like rivers of fabric behind them as they move, hands gesturing slowly in conversation. The language you hear is gentle, thoughtful, no raised voices, only calm negotiation spoken in tones as smooth as polished wood. You pause as a delegation approaches from the opposite direction. Their banners display intricate designs, golden lions, silver bulls, stars woven with threads that catch the sun. They bow as they pass, and you return the gesture, feeling the weight of silk robes brushing softly against your skin as you do. The scent of jasmine and cinnamon fills the air, carried from incense braziers set along the roadside. Small shrines stand every few paces, their stone altars adorned with offerings, bowls of pomegranates, rings of fresh bread, simple clay pots filled with honey. Each shrine is tended quietly by robed figures who move with deliberate, graceful slowness. They light thin sticks of incense, the smoke curling upward like silver threads woven into the sky itself. The road leads onward, winding gently through fields of barley and golden wheat. Tall stalks sway in perfect unison, their heads heavy with grain. The breeze flows across them like an invisible hand, smoothing silk, creating waves of shimmering gold that roll endlessly toward the horizon. You walk beside farmers now. Their faces are lined with sun and time, their hands strong and steady, but there is no rush in their movements. Each task is performed with care, harvesting, planting, gathering water from stone-lined wells that glimmer cool and deep. Children laugh nearby, running barefoot through the fields, their voices light and musical as wind chimes in the morning breeze. You pause again, standing beneath a tall fig tree, its branches spread wide, offering cool shade. The air beneath is thick with the scent of ripe fruits, sweet and mellow, mixed with the earthy smell of sun-warmed bark and leaves. A single fig falls, landing softly upon the grass. You kneel to pick it up, feeling the gentle give beneath your fingers, the smooth skin warm from the sun. You bite slowly, savoring the taste, rich, soft, filled with the quiet sweetness of long summer days. And as you rise again, wiping your fingers upon a cloth woven from flax, you feel a sense of deep connection. This is not conquest through battle. This is the empire's quiet expansion, field by field, village by village, heart by heart. Further along the road now, you arrive at a great encampment. Rows of silk tents rise like quiet waves upon the plain, their peaks capped with golden finials that glint softly in the sun. The tents are not crowded together. Each is given room to breathe. Between them flow small pathways lined with polished stones and shaded by canvas AWNINGS. Inside, dignitaries from distant lands gather in circles, seated upon cushions embroidered with intricate patterns. Bowls of fruit, bread, and cooled wine sit between them, their surfaces catching the morning light. Soft music drifts through the camp. Musicians sit beneath wide parasols, playing long-necked lutes and small harps. The melodies rise and fall like the rhythm of breath itself, gentle, unhurried, endlessly repeating in patterns that soothe and calm. You move among them now, unseen but present. Each tent holds its own scene, a scribe copying scrolls with a brush, a weaver working golden thread into silk banners, a philosopher seated cross-legged, eyes closed, whispering prayers beneath his breath. The scent of sandalwood and warm cloth fills the air, mixed with the faint sweetness of cooling tea, poured from tall copper kettles. You pause at the center of the camp, where a wide pavilion stands. Now, gently close your eyes, and as you do, take a slow, calming breath in through your nose. Feel the air move gently through your lungs, expanding softly. And now, exhale slowly, letting go of all tension, letting your body melt just a little deeper into stillness. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast and ancient plain. Before you stretches a road, no ordinary path, but one paved with smooth white stones, each tile weathered and worn by countless footsteps across the centuries. The road shines faintly in the golden light of early evening, as if the stones themselves carry a quiet, inner glow. Beneath your bare feet, the stone is cool and solid. You take a first step and feel the subtle texture, smooth, yet slightly roughened by age. Each step echoes softly in your mind, a gentle rhythm that matches the steady beat of your heart. Around you, tall cypress trees line both sides of the road. Their slender trunks rise like watchful sentinels, branches swaying lazily in a warm breeze that smells faintly of cedar resin and distant fires. Leaves rustle in hushed conversation overhead, whispering tales of ancient travelers and long-forgotten kings. You walk slowly. There is no hurry here. The air is soft and dry, cool against your skin. Somewhere nearby, you hear the faint tinkling of bronze bells, small ones, tied perhaps to a caravan's camel, or hung in the branches as offerings to the gods of the road. Their song is irregular, like wind chimes touched only occasionally by a passing gust. As you continue forward, each breath becomes easier, deeper, slower. The sky above you stretches wide and endless. To the west, the sun has begun its descent. toward the horizon. Its light paints the clouds in long streaks of amber, rose, and soft lavender. Flocks of birds drift lazily across the fading blue, their wings catching flashes of gold as they glide effortlessly through the open sky. On either side of the road, the plains roll out in gentle waves. Golden grasses sway in unison with the wind, creating a living sea that ripples endlessly toward the distant mountains. The scent of warm earth and sun-baked stone mixes with hints of dry herbs thyme. Sage wildflowers hidden among the grasses dot ahead of you. Far down the path, you notice the slow, steady movement of a caravan. Large wooden carts, painted and faded, hues of red and turquoise, creak gently as they roll along. Draped fabrics flutter from the sides, catching the breeze like small sails. Camels, tall and silent, step carefully over the stones, each footfall muffled by thick leather pads. Their bells ring softly with each movement, a chorus of gentle metallic notes that blend with the rustle of leaves and grasses. You approach, slowly, feeling no need to speak, no need to interrupt the quiet order of things. One of the camel drivers glances your way. His face is weathered and kind, wrapped in folds of linen to shield against the sun. His eyes meet yours for a brief momenta.com, steady gaze in. Then he looks away again, content to let you walk alongside. The caravan is not in a hurry, nor are you. Step by step, you fall into rhythm with their pace. Slow, deliberate, unhurried. Your breathing matches the gentle sway of the camels, the creak of wooden wheels. The occasional soft sigh of the wind dot around you now. More details emerge. Children's laughter rises faintly from one of the carts, a quiet, muffled sound. You glimpse a young boy peeking out between hanging fabrics, eyes wide and curious, dark hair ruffled by the wind. A woman's voice follows softly, singing a lullaby in a language as old as the stones beneath your feet. The song is low and repetitive, each note flowing gently into the next. You listen and feel a sense of timelessness, as though this exact moment has played out countless times before, and will again. Long after your own footsteps fade from the road, the sun lowers further. Shadows stretch longer across the stones. The sky deepens to a richer gold, tinged now with hints of violet and indigo. Overhead, the first stars begin to appear, small points of light shimmering faintly against a darkening sky. You pause for a moment, standing still in the center of the path. You tilt your head back and breathe. Above you, the heavens unfold. In layers, streaks of color, faint clouds glowing at their edges, stars emerging one by one. The air cools slightly, carrying with it the scent of night-damp earth, cooling stone, the subtle sweetness of distant fig trees. The caravan has stopped now as well. The camels kneel slowly, groaning quietly as they settle onto padded knees. Drivers step down, stretching their arms and murmuring to one another in quiet, rhythmic tones. Fires are lit, small, contained blazes, fed with dry twigs and bits of fragrant wood. The smoke rises in pale ribbons, curling gently upward, disappearing into the vast sky. You move closer to one of these fires, drawn by its warmth and light. The people gathered there make room for you naturally, offering a small cushion of woven wool to sit upon. You lower yourself slowly, feeling the texture of the fabric against your skin, soft, rough in places, holding the faint scent of sun and dust. Someone passes you a shallow clay bowl, warm in your hands. Inside is a simple stew, lentils, herbs, and a hint of honey. The aroma is gentle, comforting. You sip slowly, savoring each quiet mouthful. Around the fire, no one speaks loudly. Voices remain low, words flowing like water over smooth stones. Occasionally, there is laughter, soft and deep, more felt than heard. The sky above now holds a river of stars. The Milky Way stretched across the night like a pale silver road mirroring the path beneath your feet. You lean back slightly, resting your weight on your hands, and simply breathe. The warmth of the fire touches your face and hands, while the cool night air brushes the back of your neck. Time seems to slow even further. Someone begins to play, a stringed kind of lyre. The notes are gentle and slow, each one allowed to fade fully before the next begins. The music blends perfectly with the crackling fire, the scent of wood smoke, and the cool whisper of wind through the cypress trees. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the sounds and scents wash over you, feeling yourself drift even deeper into calm. When you open your eyes again, the caravan has become a circle of golden light within the vast, shadowed plain. Beyond the reach of the fires, the grasses shimmer under the starlight, moving like liquid silver. The mountains in the far distance are barely visible, now dark shapes against a darker sky. Somewhere out there, the great city of Anshan waits. But tonight there is no need to go further. Tonight, you are exactly where you are meant to be, seated by a quiet fire, surrounded by gentle music and soft voices, under a sky filled with stars. And as you breathe in again and out, you feel a deep, peaceful stillness settle into your chest, your shoulders, your hands. The road will wait. The empire will wait. For now, you rest now. As you continue your slow, measured breath, imagine yourself rising gently from where you rested by the fire. Your body feels light, unburdened, as if you are gliding rather than walking. The air is cool, carrying the scent of dew forming gently upon the golden grasses. The sky is deep indigo now, speckled with countless stars twinkling like tiny gems scattered across velvet. With each step forward, the caravan fades softly into the distance behind you, its flickering firelight becoming smaller, dimmer, until it is nothing more than a faint, golden ember on the horizon. Ahead, a new shape begins to rise from the landscape. A city, quiet and grand, as though carved from moonlight itself. This is Anshan, the heart of the ancient Persian world, the silent city. You walk slowly toward its towering gates. The walls are smooth stone, pale as ivory beneath the moon. Wide archways and fluted columns stand like silent sentinels, wrapped in the shadows of the night. No guards stand watch. There is no need. The city sleeps under the protection of its own quiet power. The gates themselves are open, massive wooden doors, bound with bronze and studded with silver nails, standing ajar to let the cool breeze pass through. As you step inside, the world changes subtly. The air becomes still, heavier somehow, filled with the scent of cool stone, polished cedar wood, and faint traces of sandalwood incense lingering in the air. Your footsteps echo lightly beneath you as you walk across vast flagstones, each tile engraved with ancient patterns, spirals, waves, and symbols so old that even the oldest scholars do not remember their meaning. You move deeper into the city. There are no crowds, no marketplace noise, only the gentle sound of wind weaving through empty courtyards and gardens. To your left, you pass under a tall archway and find yourself in a wide plaza. At its center stands a reflecting pool, its surface as smooth and dark as obsidian, mirroring the sky above. The pool is surrounded by slender date palms, their fronds whispering like soft silk in the night air. You pause here and simply breathe, letting the quiet settle into your mind, letting it wash away any remaining thoughts. Then you move on. Deeper still, beyond the plaza rise the palace walls, tall, smooth, marked by shadow and moonlight. The windows are framed and finely carved stone, delicate patterns like woven lace etched into the frames. A set of marble steps leads upward. You ascend slowly, your hands brushing against the cool stone railing. With each step, you feel more grounded, more present, as if the city itself is drawing you gently into its ancient heartbeat. At the top of the steps, you find a grand hall open to the sky, its roof held aloft by towering columns carved with lions, bulls, and winged figures. The columns glow faintly in the moonlight, pale blue and silver shadows flickering across their surfaces. There is music here. A single stream runs through the garden, so clear and still it seems as though the water itself is asleep. You follow its path until you reach a small pavilion. Inside, silk cushions are arranged in a circle, surrounding a low marble table set, with a single silver bowl filled with cool water and floating rose petals. You lower yourself onto one of the cushions, and now you are perfectly still. The sounds of the city fade to a whisper, the murmur of flutes, the rustle of silk banners, the quiet splash of water. Your breath slows, your body grows heavier, softer. The light around you dims gradually as the sun sets beyond the distant mountains, painting the sky in shades of purple and silver. The stars appear again. One by one, the garden becomes a place outside of time, untouched by worry, by noise, by thought. Only peace remains, only stillness, only breath. You rest now, deeper than before. The story continues, but there is no need to hurry. It unfolds like silk unrolling, like water flowing. There is no rush, only peace. Now, as your breath flows in and out, as steady and gentle as the quiet streams you have followed through the gardens of Persepolis, imagine yourself rising once more, not hurriedly, but as if you are drifting upward with the evening breeze, light and effortless. The sun has fully set now, above you. The sky is an ocean of stars, deeper and darker than velvet, stretched wide and endless. The moon hangs low on the horizon, a pale golden crescent, casting soft silver light across the sleeping city. You walk slowly through the royal gardens. One last time, the pathways are lit by lanterns now, each one swaying gently in the night air, their flames small and steady. You pass beneath archways wrapped in flowering vines, white jasmine, soft blue morning glories now closed for the night, their petals curled gently inward like resting hands. Everywhere, Silence deepens. The city of Persepolis sleeps. The great avenues are empty. The silk banners that once rippled in the sun now hang still and quiet, catching only the faintest glimmers of starlight. You walk beyond the palace walls now, beyond the quiet marketplaces, beyond the astronomer's hall, where even the bronze sphere has been covered with a cloth, waiting for the morning's light to awaken it again. You move slowly, slowly, until you stand at the edge of the city. Before you lies the plain once more, stretching out beneath the stars like a vast, silvery sea. And as you begin to walk forward along the royal road, you notice how even the wind has quieted. The grasses do not rustle, the cypress trees do not sway. The empire itself breathes as you do now, softly, gently, slowly, step by step. You continue along the road, each footfall as light as a feather drifting down through still air. And now, in the distance, you see it. A quiet, empty palace, one you have not visited before. Smaller than Persepolis, simpler, but no less beautiful. Its walls are pale, stone-veined with faint streaks of gold. Its windows are tall and narrow, filled not with glass, but with woven screens that let the night air move through in long, slow currents. You approach, and the doors open silently before you. Inside, the air is cool and still. The floors are covered in pale rugs woven in patterns of stars and rivers, their threads shimmering faintly in the moonlight that streams through the windows. You move through room after room, each one quieter than the last. In one, a harp rests upon a stand, its strings unmoving, silent, waiting. In another, a table set with bowls of figs and honey, untouched. In another, a wide pool of water so still it mirrors the sky perfectly, reflecting each star above with flawless clarity. At last, you reach the innermost chamber. Here, there is only one thing, a wide bed, set upon a low platform of dark wood. The sheets are white linen, embroidered with golden thread. The pillows are soft, filled with down. And as you stand at the threshold, you know this bed has been prepared for you. It is the resting place of the empire itself, not an ending, but a sleep, a long, deep, peaceful sleep. You cross the room slowly, letting your fingers trail lightly along the smooth wood of the bed frame, feeling its cool strength beneath your touch. Then, gently, you lie down. The linen sheets are cool and soft against your skin. The pillow cradles your head perfectly. Above you, the ceiling opens to the stars once more, and as you breathe in and out, slower, deeper, you feel every part of your body relaxing completely. Your feet, your legs, your arms, your hands, your shoulders, your neck, your face, each muscle loosening, each thought growing quieter. You are the empire, now strong, silent, endless, and just as the rivers flow to the sea, just as the stars rise and fall, you allow yourself now to drift into sleep. A sleep without hurry, a sleep without weight, a sleep without thought. The empire does not end. It simply rests. It breathes quietly beneath the stars. It waits, and so do you. As the final breath slips out, as your heartbeat slows to match the rhythm of ancient stones and flowing rivers, you surrender fully to the quiet. You are safe. You are calm. You are home, and now you sleep.